officially locked in with DJ Scenario.
What's up? It's your man DJ Scenario, and we are officially locked in. I got a special guest in the building, D-Mac, all the way from
Connecticut, 203. We in the building, New York City. It's a pleasure to be here.
Shout out to Connecticut. I got some family out there now. Shout out to Waterbury. Shout out to Bridgeport. You know, shout out to the fam out there. Shout out to my people out in Hartford. You know what I'm saying? Shout to all those people out there. But
860.
What brings you to New York right now, my brother?
New York, it's the Mecca. You got to come to New York if you want to make it. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere, right?
Yeah. Do you feel like a stigma or do you feel a way that, you know, from where you from, has many people come out of there? Have many hip hop artists or R&B artists?
Connecticut has a lot of people who are like locally famous, but Connecticut, like Cassie is from New London. Mm-hmm. So there are people who have made it, but Connecticut doesn't necessarily have an identity like New York City would, or even anywhere else that has a scene. So Connecticut's kind of divided between like the 860 and the 203. Mm-hmm. The 203, since it's closer to New York, it kind of gravitates towards a New York City sound.
Yeah.
And then the 860, believe it or not, has like a Detroit, Milwaukee kind of sound. So it's a little, because there's not really a sound in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Other than like, it's a little different out. And then in New England, it doesn't have an identity as a whole. It's kind of trying to find itself.
Okay, so for the people that haven't got a clue yet, my man D-Mac is an artist. What kind of, you're a musician, correct?
Yes, I'm an artist.
Okay.
I'm a DJ. I throw my own festival. Like last night before we came here, I did my own little event to my 203 Fest. We had like a bunch of artists. I had like 40 artists performing.
Yeah.
I try to bring out like media, culture, for content. There was a few mic drops. There was raining outside, so I don't know if the mic drops really got off too much.
Yeah.
But there was plenty of interviews.
That rain came out of nowhere, by the way.
It was crazy.
Yeah. So you do it a jack of all trades, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
My question is back to the Connecticut question. So you coming from Connecticut, what is that kind of new flair, or what are you trying to bring, you know what I mean, for the people, you know, that don't know about Connecticut and know, you know, Connecticut got some vibes?
So I'm really trying to solidify Connecticut's identity.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring Connecticut up to the forefront with me, whether it be me that leads the way, but I'm definitely trying to open doors for everybody in Connecticut, because I'm not a gatekeeper. So I try to, when I do my festival and I do all my events, it's not really cash grab. It's more like for the culture and the community, because Connecticut doesn't have it.
Yeah.
So we do everybody's hungry for it. There's like the artists are hungry for it.
Yeah.
But the right people have not really stepped up to put those platforms in place. Like in New York City, you come here, there's like 1,000 different platforms as an artist you could tap in to help elevate your career. Connecticut is different, where it's like you got to know somebody, or you might not even know that they're lit online, or vice versa.
It's very minimal for the platforms that, you know, artists have out there to really stick to out there. That's why, like you said, you can make it in New York. That's why a lot of artists come to New York, even though it's a tri-state area that we should all be showing love to each other. You know what I mean? A lot, like you said, a lot of artists have to travel, and New York being one of them.
Connecticut does get love. Max B loves Connecticut.
Yeah.
I know Jada loves Connecticut. The Locks love coming to Connecticut. They'll sell out every time they come to Connecticut.
Oh, of course.
Of course. So Connecticut does get a lot of love. It just needs a little bit of a push, and I'm trying to get us there. You know what I'm saying?
D-Mac representing for Connecticut one time. But all this had to start somewhere. You know what I mean? So what was like the beginning for you? Like, were you like you just said you were a DJ? You are a DJ, excuse me. You are a DJ, producer, you curate these events. Where did this, musician, where this all started for you? Did it start DJing first, or was it like I started doing music?
I'm sorry to cut you off. I was always an artist first. And then when I started making music when I was younger, because unfortunately my mother passed away when I was younger.
Sorry to hear that.
I started writing as a way to like vent and continue to just exist so I could survive and get through the mental of it. So because it was tough, but that grew into a deep passion and love for music, especially hip hop. Like I love all forms of music. I love live music, especially is really, but hip hop, especially the pain that you could feel. I've always tried to.
How young were you when all this happened? When all this, not even, sorry to hear that again. The passing of your mother, like, what age was that around?
I was 12 or 13 when she passed, but I had been exposed to hip hop way before that. Like, like way younger, like watching MTV. My cousin, she would watch like TRL and shit, and I was younger. I'd come in, I'd watch it. I don't know if I was supposed to, but you know what I'm saying? And that's where I really got exposed to the culture, and it grew from there. But yeah, when I was younger, it was 12 years old when that really kicked in, and that's when I was like, let me try to write, because my cousin, same cousin, had a boyfriend, and he was like rapping as a joke. And I was like, always like, whoa, but like you could really do it, like and he's always joking around. So, but that's where it all stemmed from. The dream grew from there, and then I became an artist, and I realized, you gotta pay kind of to be in events and be in shows. So,
I'm glad you said that, because there is times where you will not have to pay.
Oh yes, right? If you have the leverage,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But then, what people fail, or artists fail to, realize that you have to pay for certain things, to get done. Like,
it's a business.
It's a business at the end of the day, and it's nothing personal with the artist. It's just everything needs to be, taken care of.
That's a little bit of the problem with Connecticut. Artists take some of that personally, because in Connecticut, when it is done it is a little bit of a scam type vibe. There are that is how it has been in the past, so it's a little bit of a stigma. But I agree with you 1,000%. You gotta. It's a business, you got to spend money to make money. Just like if you are a contractor doing construction, you got to buy all the materials so you can build it, and then you can make, the house and sell it for $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's like,
and I think that sucks for some artists, because there are people putting on for independent artists.
Yes.
And you really have to like weed through the people that are scamming.
Yes. And
the people that are like taking advantage of people, and find the people that are actually like helping people.
Yes, you have to take risks. You gotta work with people and see if you can have it.
So back to what we were saying. You really gotta really weed through.
Yes.
The people that are like taking advantage of people compared to the people that are really out here trying to help people. You gotta
take risks as an artist, or you're really not gonna make it, and you're not gonna win every time. But you gotta take the losses and learn from it. People are scared to take losses because it's tough out here, man.
It's definitely tough out here,
man. It's expensive just to exist. Like, period.
You walk outside, it costs you $100 just to breathe
every day.
So we get you get to writing music, right? And you get to a point where you say, "Hey, I think this is actually something I can really do or pursue." What was that moment for you?
It was around the same time when my mom died. I was fake making like little rhymes before that. And then when my mom passed away, I was like, man, I'm just gonna put my head down and do it. And then I started just writing in school. I made a little mixtape in high school, a couple mixtapes in high school. And then I got like creative with like how I dropped it. I was like using the library and printing like flyers and taping them on the school. And like one of the teachers, he played he actually got me to do like a song for the school for like whatever program he was doing.
Oh, so it was like behind you.
A little bit. This one teacher.
Okay.
And then he played the song for all his classes like the day I dropped my mixtape. So he like low key gave me like promo that day.
Oh, well, shout out to him for believing in you. You know what I'm saying?
I think he might be the principal now.
Oh, well, you need to send him this when this drops. Like, yo, shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you believed in me, and look where you at now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you come, you doing events. I want to say that was like the start of your cultivating events for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So how that kind of became about is I started going to try to get performances opening for people, and I was like, I saw how sometimes it really wouldn't go in your favor, especially if you didn't know who was booking. Like if you don't have a relationship with the promoter or whatever's going on, you might not necessarily get taken care of, and then artists will be like, oh, they're playing favorites.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like you got to kind of just build,
which they do.
Yeah.
So let's keep it 100.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying?
They do. Everybody does. But it's not malicious, and everybody takes it that way. You got to kind of just feel your way. You got to take your punches.
Yeah.
So from there, when I started learning that, I was like, well, I had just recently started working with a good friend of mine, Mike, DJ Mike Festa. I'll be working. I do weddings with him, and I do parties with him. So he taught me how to DJ, and so he had these speakers. He would set up speakers, a sub. We'd be in a room. There'd be 100 people in there, and I'd be like, "What's the difference between a wedding and a show?"
Yeah.
If I had the same equipment, I could do the show, and now I could be control of the idea and how we're rolling things out. So from there, it kind of slowly grew into me buying equipment and learning how to DJ with him for years. And then I just started throwing my own shows with a couple of my buddies, and went from there. And I met my boy Lil Poof out in here in New York. He's from Brooklyn. He's like in like an underground kind of SoundCloud rap scene. Is the easiest way to explain it, even though it's kind of fucked up. But I'm sorry.
No, he gets it.
Yeah. So he does a lot of shows, and then we started working together, and we started doing little shows from up the East Coast a little bit down to Maryland.
Yeah.
I learned that, and then I come back to Bridgeport, right? And I walk into a bar on a random Wednesday, and I see they're. That
sounds like the start of a good joke.
They're doing
you walk into a bar and
yes, yeah. I walk into a bar. There's two guys, but I walked in, and there's like a showcase going on Wednesday in my city, and I'm like, "Well, this is crazy. I didn't even know this was going on." And it was like lit. And usually, like I said in the past, it would be kind of like dead showcases and all the stuff for artists in Connecticut. And I was surprised that this is going on in my backyard, and I've been doing this stuff outside. So then I started to come back, and I came back to the scene, and that's when I really started throwing my own events. And then I came up with 203 Fest, and that's kind of my. I want to bring like a South by Southwest Rolling Loud kind of festival to Connecticut.
Nice.
So that's my beginnings of that. It's all kind of independent right now.
Yeah.
So.
That's how it starts, is
exactly.
You gotta just keep working, keep pushing.
Because I went to the Roots picnic this weekend. That was not this past week, but the weekend before, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
Just to see how they set it up and all the stages, it's inspiring. So that's the type of stuff I would love to be on. Like that's a 10-year plan. You know what I'm saying? Because I really want to build something in Connecticut, and I want to bring. The culture to Connecticut. Like I always joke, Future's gonna headline 203 Fest one day, or Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Manifestation is real, man. Manifestation is real. So you doing all this, then you link up with some people. You start performing. You don't get nervous about performing anymore?
When I was younger, I did. Because I did like my school did a poetry slam. I was real nervous for that.
You was real active in your school.
Yeah. I tried. Because I always thought like when my mom died, I was like, I gotta make it or nothing else. So I'm like, if I'm scared to be on stage, I gotta get over that. This is the job. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, am I scared to go up a ladder? Yeah, but you gotta get over it. If you're gonna be an electrician. You know what I mean? So that's how it is.
That makes a lot of sense.
So I kind of have built up some tough skin, and it does get to you. Like especially like yesterday, that made me very nervous. Okay, I'm throwing the whole event. I'm responsible for everything, and everybody. You just want it to go right. That's really what gets you like on your. Just everything just goes smooth. Yes, and you don't want no dumb things out of your control. Or like the weather made it a little, but it wasn't that bad because we were inside. But I had a little something ideas set up for outside that we didn't get to do. Okay, but. You know, that happens. You got to roll with the punches. Well, let's get to it. So you have a project you working on right now? Yes, I am actually working on a project. I haven't really talked about this. So last night was called Project 203 Fest. I'm working on like a mixtape called Project 203. Okay. And I'm dropping that like Labor Day weekend. How many songs can the people look for? Like 10, at least 10. Okay. At least 10, definitely. But I might have more. It depends on how active. Because I want to collaborate. How often are you in the studio? So I always have the studio with me. I try to record
It's
every
not like
day.
Not in That Briefcase, right?
It might be.
I know producers like that. They'll carry like, and because they don't want to miss the idea.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They don't want to miss the idea, so they literally carry something around with them. Like, and it could fit like in a pocketbook to the point where it's like a little drum pad or something like that, and they get an idea. They just pull the pad out and just start, because they literally do not want to miss, because they feel like it could be the one.
It could really, no, that's a true statement about ideas.
Yeah.
They are fleeting. So you do have to grab ideas as soon as you can.
Yeah.
So I don't have a pocket studio, but I always have like my little studio in my backpack so I could set up in any room type.
Okay.
Because I engineer and mix and master my own music.
Okay. So that's something that the people didn't know.
Yes.
That was going to be a question of mine. So, so how does that work for you? Like, so then how do you decide like, okay, this is a good song if you're just making them? And
that's a good question.
If you're producing, mixing, mastering all your music, how do you feel, is the one like, okay, I'm gonna put this on Project 203?
I think the blessing that I have right now is that the studio that I am a part of and I go to is called The Hub, and it is a hub. There is a lot of artists and creatives in my city that are like I would trust their ear. So I'll show them, they'll hear stuff, we'll collaborate, we'll work together. Cause that's actually a funny story, because I got into the studio because my boy Neek, he was it was his business and he had a bunch of partners. So I met him and they were like, the electrician, he's not coming, we need him to do the lights, he won't come. So I was like, oh, yo, I'm an electrician. So
an electrician?
Yeah.
What is going on right now? He's an electrician, producer, mixes, masters, DJing. So it's like, there's no way for you to be broke, bro.
There's no way.
Because it's a proven fact that you're just actually proving it right now that you could have this many hustles.
You got to. You really have to, especially with the way everything's got to spend $100 just to breathe every day.
That's good. I applaud you, man. That's good. You know what I'm saying? One thing don't work, shit. I got 10 doors. Like I gotta.
I finessed, right? So they needed an electrician. They were like, oh, poop. So I pull up. I was like, I'll come the next day. I demoed all the lights. I put new lights in. I did the plugs and switches. They were like, oh, how much? I was like, oh, give me a key. And they gave me the key. So now I go there. I'm working there all the time.
Most people wouldn't even ask for the key. They would have just asked to get paid.
Exactly, but
you know what I'm saying?
Being there was more valuable to me than what, $1,000, $2,000. You know what I'm saying?
Because I know you probably use the studio way past 1,000, 2,000.
I've used the studio. I could go to the studio whenever I want, but I try to bring value to the studio too. I DJ, so now in the middle of the studio is like an event space. We throw events there. You know what I'm saying? I don't really charge them to DJ. I want them to make money. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my thing. Is I want to bring value to Connecticut. Whatever I'm a part of, I just try to bring up somehow, some way. So
that's awesome, bro.
Thank you, bro.
That's really fly. So Project 203, you're looking at 10 songs, maybe more. So there is a song that you sent me.
Yes.
That did play.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That we heard it for the first time, nationally. Will that be on Project 203?
Oh, yes, of course.
For the people that don't know, what's the name of the record?
That's called Looking for Wins.
Okay.
I was inspired by I made this before, but I was really inspired by like UConn, the Huskies championship.
That's my favorite college basketball team, by the way.
That's the best college basketball program in the United States. I love that. That's something that Connecticut has to be proud of.
Women's and men, not just the men. Women's and men, both. So I just want to let y'all know.
The women been winning. The men are now really in their own, because it's like, I think in the past they've been to 3 out of the 4 last NCAA titles. So it's like there's just
their problem
winning. You know what I'm saying? So
and that's the name. That's the title of the song, basically.
Yes, Looking for Wins.
Looking for wins.
And I even tried to sample a few voice notes of like Coach Dan Hurley of the UConn Huskies, where he was talking about, we're fighters, Connecticut, and he said something about making Connecticut proud. I was like, I clipped that, put it on the song. So
Project 203, Looking for Wins. That's actually a very good song, and I'm glad that was sent to me.
Thank you.
Amongst the other ones, so that will be playing. So what can we expect, coming up for you?
Coming up, so like I said, last night I did my pre-festival. I want to do my actual festival, same thing, Labor Day weekend.
Okay.
Kind of encompassing. It's not about my project,
Yeah.
but I'm going to drop a project along with the festival.
Okay.
Is my idea. And then I'm also working with a lot of people. I'm traveling a lot. I'll be going to Atlanta in August.
Yeah.
To Days Summit. They're doing it in Atlanta for the first time.
Shout out to Scott and those guys, you know, over there.
Scott's got me outside. He's a playmaker. You know what I'm saying? He definitely
makes it happen. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to be outside. And when I go to these things, I always tell people I'm from Connecticut. Whenever I'm on stage, I say, if you don't remember anything else, remember that I'm from Connecticut and we were in the building tonight.
Yeah.
And then when I'm like networking, because that's the biggest part about these things that artists miss, is it's not just about you perform your 2 songs. You got to go around and talk to every single person.
You have
in this
to.
room.
You never know who's in the room or what they're capable of, what you guys can really make happen. You know, so I really say that when I'm hosting a lot of these events, that, you know, just because I'm here, yeah, cool, send me the music, but you never know who's that person sitting next to you, standing next to you, what they got going on, you know, what ideas you guys can come up with. So it's just not like really network at these events and really get, you know, yourself out there, you know, put yourself out there. Because there's people, like you said, you going to Atlanta, you're from Connecticut, you're going to Atlanta, you're going to meet a bunch of people from Atlanta. Network. Yo, I got it. Now it's like, yo, I got a guy over in Connecticut. We can, whenever we're in town, let's go see him. Let's make something happen, you know? So it's really, really, really about networking this shit.
Yes.
You know?
You gotta, because like you said, we said it earlier in the interview, there is favoritism.
Yeah.
So now you network with people, you just be yourself. Like people get all in their head about who they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to say. Be yourself. You're a cool person. You're genuine. People sense that.
Yeah.
And people will work with you off the strength. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're genuine. That's happened to me 1,000 times because like I just try to really bring Connecticut in. They see that and it just works.
Yeah.
So you just got to really get out there and talk to people. Is really
make it happen.
Not be on your phone all the time. You got to get outside.
And talk to, all right, so now, right, we talked about the music. What's going on with this briefcase, bro?
I can't, everybody wants to know it's in the briefcase.
Yeah. I haven't seen too many people walk around with a briefcase lately.
Yeah, I'm on my mysterious. So when I started making music videos, I was very inspired by Pulp Fiction. Have you ever seen Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, of course.
And so in one of the scenes, they have a briefcase like this. This is my grandfather's briefcase. It was just lying around the house. Because like I looked into buying a new one because this one's kind of beat up. But they're expensive. So I was like, forget that. I got this. So I kind of do the whole, when in the beginning of when I started doing music videos, you go check out my YouTube, you can see I had the briefcase and it was all like very Pulp Fiction-y. And then it kind of stuck. It was like a little Easter egg in my videos. And then this past time, so after I did my last little mixtape I did with Samar Foe, I was like, I'm gonna bring the briefcase back, but I'm gonna do it with the content and I want. So this people think this is Project 203. I can't tell you what this is.
Okay.
But I'm gonna show
you
what
briefcase
this
is now synonymous with D-Mac for sure.
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I see this briefcase, I see D-Mac, I see D-Mac, I see this briefcase.
Yes. And in Pulp Fiction, you know, we never saw in the briefcase.
Exactly. So I got you. Might be Project 203, might be the next project, but
we can't let them see. But you come over here, I'll open it up for you.
I got you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yo, I want to thank you for coming by, man. This is such a great interview. So very knowledgeable, and
thank you.
I want you to just tell the people, like, you know, what to look for right now.
Yo, I want to thank Scenario for having me on here. I go by the name of D-Mac. D-Mac Mizzle is where you find me. You're going to be on the lookout for 203 Fest, Labor Day weekend. Project 203 that I'm dropping, same thing, that Monday, Labor Day weekend. And you're going to be looking out for Connecticut. I'm trying to inspire. I just did my thing last night and I was talking. I said, last night was not what's going to get you on 203 Fest. It's about what you do after. You need to be outside. I need to see everybody at every event, supporting all these artists, these creators, these streamers. Connecticut, we got to come together this summer and make it happen. That's what I'm saying.
You heard it first. D-Mac Scenario. We officially locked in. Let's go.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm gonna win. Yes. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna win. Yes. I'm on the top floor, I'm on 10. Hey, if I put up a shot, I better go in.